It's really wonderful to see you all here for this very special event, which I'm not going to give too much away about, but safe to say you are in for a treat. It's been a real pleasure to work with Gib Bulloch and the Craigberoch Cast on tonight's proceedings, and I'll hand over to Gib very shortly to tell you a bit more about it. I just wanted to say, as I say, welcome to the Conduit. Thank you very much to all the members in the room with us tonight. If you're here as a guest and would like to find out more about membership, please do come and talk to me or another member of the team, and we'd love to tell you a bit more about our community. But without further ado, I think it's time we gave a very warm welcome to Gib.
Thank you, Lily. Hi, everyone. Good evening. How are we all? Have we all got a drink in our hands? Those that want it? Welcome. Welcome to, yes, an unusual evening. Artistic intelligence, harnessing our humanity in this age of the artificial. So we have a slightly different session in store for you tonight. I would invite you to loosen up and, just throw away the inhibitions and take part and collaborate. And most of all, have fun. In terms of format for tonight, hands up, most of you are quite young, but anyone remember The Muppet Show? Yeah, okay, I know, everybody remembers The Muppet Show, old and young. Oh, you're too young for The Muppet Show. So it's that kind of style, but instead of Muppets, it will be that sort of variety performance style, but we will we'll anchor the whole session around four sort of stellar performers. We talk about them as stellar performers as opposed to Muppets, who will be doing unusual things. So we'll be kicking off in a moment with amazing David Pearl. David, standing over there. David is a storyteller par excellence. I'll tell you a little bit more about him, and he's going to really set the scene and talk about the challenge that we have as leaders, as business professionals, and how we're going to get there. And then we will be turning to our international DJ, give a wave, Tinsui, who has turned from being an international DJ to actually doing more with sound, and she will be tuning up our bodies and getting us into the flow to tune up in terms of how we meet this challenge. And then we will turn to Natalia. Where is Natalia? She's around somewhere over there. Natalia will then be doing an interesting program where she will build on that and start to help you access your intuition, this kind of superpower that we have that is different from the machines, if you will. So we're doing that, and last but not least, then Amelia, take a bow, Amelia, or give a wave. Amelia will be turning to action, from this kind of sensing and intuiting to how we act individually, how we act together. So that is the program that we've got in store for you. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you take part. But just before we start, I want you just to sort of arrive and ground here. We've had a lot of noise. You've had busy days. You've got your drinks. It's time to relax and just tune in. So maybe we can have a little bit of sound. And for those that wish to, you might want to kind of lower your gaze or even close your eyes, but just tune into the power of music. Beautiful music. Listen to this beautiful violin, not just with your ears, your normal senses of hearing, but with your whole body. Try and tune in and breathe and deeply take in the vibrations. Sometimes it might feel you're even listening on a CD or listening on vinyl. But it might even feel more powerful than that. Sometimes it might feel, if you really tune in, that you're actually in the room. You're not only hearing the notes, you're hearing the spaces between the notes. You might hear the vibration of this bow across the strings. You might even sense that you can smell the wood. Feel immersed in the music. As you become part of the music becomes part of you. A round of applause to Emily. Thank you, Emily. Straight from the Royal Academy to the Conduit Club. You'll be meeting Emily and other musicians. So actually, other musician is Mike, who is here, who will be joining us on the piano shortly. Mike is... well, he's been a veteran of Glastonbury and the Royal Albert Hall and things like that. So, yeah, Mike is, we're very lucky to have two talented musicians with us tonight. So, without further ado, David. I'm going to invite David and pass over to David. As I said, written books on story and the power of story. In a past life, many moons ago, David was script writing with Stanley Kubrick, who some of you will have heard of. And David is just going to set the scene here with the story that we're going to tell ourselves and how we tap into our imaginations to change that story. David, over to you.
So, good evening. The best, most beautiful group we've worked with today. Isn't that true, everyone? Yes, how wonderful. I do love Gib, by the way. We're here for Gib and for what he's up to. It's interesting just hearing that small snatch of music, how the effect of things isn't a function of the amount of time, but it's the amount of attention. And I really, really support what Gib's doing at the Decelerator. Everyone's trying to accelerate, and he's trying to get us to decelerate. And I wanted to talk about I'm the curtain raiser, and you'll be glad to hear this won't go on long. We've been given full 10 minutes, so it is like the Muppet Show. It's like, get him off. So, but fortunately, I won't be alone. I have a group of friends. And if you are a friend who's going to be coming up here shortly, raise your hand and your slip of paper. Look, they sit amongst you. They look like other members, participants, but they're not. They're highly trained volunteers. I think, as Gib was saying, I'm here to kind of set direction and to talk about story. And I think I've been doing story for a long time. I'm doing it with business and in the theatre and so on. And I think if you break me open now, as I look at the news, anyone seen the news recently? Not saying the news is fiction, but interesting. And I look at it, I feel like if you open me up, it will have 4 words written inside. Better stories, better told. I think the world needs better stories, better told. And that's really, I think, it's why I'm here, and it's why I do the work I do in theatre and the arts and also in business. And I've noticed, who would describe themselves as being in business? Who would describe themselves as not in business? Who would describe themselves as in the arts? Who's here for the Lose Weight Now, Tell Me How seminar? It's like, okay, great. I have come to think that one of the things that stops businesses slowing down and business people slowing down is the story that we're telling ourselves. And I don't know how you are on the optimism-pessimism scale, but my observation working with businesses around the world is that most people are professionally positive. Yeah, this and that. But I think if you spend time, and I do, and let the dust settle as it is now and ask them, what do they really think is going to happen? Very few people are optimistic. Most people feel that we're doomed. It's interesting to get that out in the room. When you talk to people who are parents, and they're business people, but also parents, many people are very anxious about what lies ahead. And I think that part of what the media is doing is increasing that. So better stories, better told. I think we're not going to slow down if you don't think you have much time. And I think I'll come back to that at the end. But I want you to just think about, I have a question for you. Does anybody here know what's going to happen in future? I know Conduit has got some pretty smart people, but actually, does anyone know what's going to happen in future? Right? Okay. I've worked with some super smart people, even people like Gib and Accenture and McKinsey, and none of them know. They have educated guesswork, but they don't actually know. So that means that everything that happens in the future is kind of made up. And what I wanted to do was give you an opportunity to see what the story playing in your mind is right now about the future. And to do that, as I said, I have some beautifully trained, poised volunteers who are poised on the command to stand and to come to the front. If you're holding a slip, please stand and come to the front while the rest of us regale you with your deserved applause. Cheers! Look at this. Look at the talent that's in the room. Fabulous. 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 And as they're not only beautiful but smart, this lady here, you're in business, yeah? Yeah. You're a director of some sort. Yes, you are. She's doing this, she's pointing here, and she's already figured out we need to stand in order. So what I would like you to do is get yourself in order from 1 to 11, and we will watch as though the Bolshoi is here performing for us. Look at how beautiful it is. Don't be complicated. Just show each other a number and get in line. Very good. Applause, please. So what we have here, again, Gib asked and people come, we have 11 distinguished authors, and these authors have written books that you can buy in any bookstore. All of these books are about the future. They're future stories. All of these books are well-researched, they're acclaimed, they're all award-winning, and they're bestsellers. And they all have a different view of the future, backed up by the facts. They're future fictions based on facts. Have you chosen your favorite yet, by the way? So she's migrating. Are you happy? Okay, let's just, I'm not sure I trust you guys. Could you say, what number are you?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Aha! Beautiful. So I want you to imagine this is a spectrum from, let's call it the most dystopian, that's not a value judgment, okay, to the most utopian. These are 11 books, 11 authors, real authors. And what I'd just like you to do is to say who you are and what is your vision of the planet in 2100. 2100, so that's to say. Yes, no, I am. I'm just setting this up for them so they understand it. No, you don't have to. You have your scripts. You have to read them out, okay? But it's the magic of theatre. See, I was going to. So, off their own bat, without any preparation, they are going to read, as though from a script, a description of their story. So basically, there you go, fantastic. And you pass the mic of destiny along. So we keep it light, but listen, these are, all of these people, you'll recognize many of them. These are people who've thought long and hard about the future, have assembled the dots, and have come up with very different views of the future. And as you hear them, I'd like you to ask yourself, which sounds familiar to you? If you're honest, where do you think we're going? This is really when you're talking to yourself, not when you're talking to your kids or to the press or whatever, but this is your silent conviction. Yeah, I think that's probably right. Okay, welcome. Number 1, who are you?
Good evening, everyone. My name is David Wallace Wells. I am the author of The Uninhabitable Earth. My vision of the Earth in 2100 is severe global collapse due to unchecked climate change, extreme heat, mass migration, and ecosystem failures.
You took the chill out of the room there. Thank you, number 1. Number 2.
Hello. I am Elizabeth Colbert, author of The Sixth Extinction. My vision of the Earth in 2100 is up to 75% of species extinct, ecosystems transformed, and major biodiversity loss, though life continues in altered forms.
Good evening. I am Amitav Ghosh. I'm the author of The Great Derangement. My vision of the Earth in 2100 is political and economic collapse, worsening environmental disasters, weak governance, and mass displacement.
All right.
Hi there.
I think when they say hi there, it's only fair that we say hi back. So try that again.
Hi there.
Very good.
I'm Douglas Reshkoff. I am the author of Survival of the Richest. My vision of the Earth in 2100 is a hyper-stratified society with billionaires living in high-tech enclaves while the majority suffer worsening environmental conditions.
Hooray.
My name is Yuval Noah Harari. I am the author of Nexus. My vision of the Earth in 2100
Thank you.
is an AI-driven world with enhanced human cognition, but also risks of surveillance, manipulation, and loss of control over AI.
Thank you. Notice, by the way, laughter in theatre is often the laughter of recognition. When it becomes unbearable, we often laugh. And so it's something, you're doing a great job. Aren't they doing a great job? Yes. There's something about just the unvarnished, sincere prediction that affects us. And you want to do something with it, but it's very hard to sit with it. Thank you. Yes.
I am Naomi Klein, the author of This Changes Everything. My vision of the Earth in 2100 is twofold. Either corporate-controlled collapse or radical climate action leading to a sustainable, just society.
Thank you.
Hello.
Hi.
My name is Cristiano Figueres. With Tom Revett-Karnak, I co-wrote The Future We Chose. My vision of the Earth in 2100 is achievable sustainability with clean energy, resilient ecosystems, and international cooperation.
Hey.
Hi everyone. My name is Hannah Ritchie. I am the author of Not the End of the World. My vision of the Earth in 2100 is sustainable development made possible by technological advances, efficient policies, and global cooperation.
Hello. My name is George Mumbayo. I am the author of Regenesis. My vision of the Earth is in 2100 is regenerative farming and lab-grown food reducing ecological damage and ensuring global food security.
Hello.
Hi.
I am Stephen Pinker. I am the author of Enlightenment Now. My vision of the Earth in 2100 is continued human progress through science, reason, and problem solving, leading to improved quality of life globally.
So that was also in an American accent, which she learned for this evening, so she could sound like Stephen Pinker. That's dedication, people.
And
Finally.
Continuing on that thread, good evening. Peter Diamantis here. I am the co-author with Stephen Kohler of Abundance. My vision of Earth in 2100 is a world of abundant resources, solved scarcity issues, and exponentially improved living standards through technology.
Beautiful. Now, if I could ask you to stay there for a second. Your job is done, their job begins. So what I would like you to do is review in your mind this beautiful human library from the uninhabitable Earth through to abundance. And ask yourself and point with your left hand, where do you honestly think we're going? Take a moment to think. Where do you honestly think we're going? Where do you think we're going? Beautiful. Your task is half done. If you have still got the energy, keep your hand there. And with your right hand, so left hand where you think we're going, right hand, where do you long to go? What is the future you long for? Think carefully, because some people feel utopian. The utopian description is kind of almost a bit dystopian, but just think about that. And now look at your arms. Notice the angle you've made, and consider that maybe the job of the rest of your life is to close this angle, to bring your left, the choices you make and the actions you take and the stories you tell are about closing the angle between where you think we're going and where you long to go. Thank you. Please take a seat. Any of you who work with in business or with businesses or with organizations, one just very practical thing to suggest, which I found works well, is if you're walking into a situation where people are about to make decisions, many of you do this anyway, but I just found it works really well at this time in our history, is just to say, before you make the decision, ask them to close their eyes, go 20 years in the future, and imagine it works out better than we could have think. Imagine this works out. Spend a bit of time there, help see what you see, feel what you feel, come back and then make your decisions. Because if decisions being made today by people who are effectively hopeless, they're not making great decisions. So what we could possibly do in our own lives is first travel forward, exercise our imagination, this extraordinary thing, and then make our decisions. Gib.
Thank you, David, for that opener. And I want to stay just with the thought, maybe I can invite Emily and Mike to come up on the stage, just as we have this theme of imagination, he's created this vibe, just reflect a little bit on closing that angle. Maybe you might want to think with this beautiful piece of music about what that right hand is pointing towards, what it could be. So without further ado, I give you Emily and Mike. Thank you. That was beautiful. Emily, just for the technical people around, what was that piece called?
It was called Melody by Gluck. It's from an opera of Orpheus and what's the Greek myth? Eurydice and Orpheus. Yeah, that.
We will probably share after this any music if you want to follow up. But thank you very much. I'll let you take back. Thanks. Another round of applause. And as they go, I'm going to invite up another musician of a different sort, Tinsui.
Hello.
Turned international DJ, turned I don't know, sound healer, whatever, sound magician in some way. Where did you work as an international DJ?
All over the world.
Ibiza.
Yeah, Ibiza.
I sound like I've been there for clubs and things, but I haven't really.
Burning Man. If any of you have heard of Burning Man.
Oh, Burning Man.
Yeah.
Been there.
All over Australia, New Zealand.
And now you've gone from that into using sound and the vibrations of sound and the impact it has on our body, because we're mostly water, aren't we? So I suppose sound has an impact on our bodies, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Very, very important. Vibrational sound, that's what we're talking about.
Great. Well, put your hands together and you're in for a treat. Here is Tinsui.
Thank you, Gib. Okay, well, lovely to see you here. Welcome to the vibrational sound section. So most of you are probably thinking, what is she talking about? So I'm going to just do a little introduction as to what's going on here, and then we're going to do a bit of a practice together, because one of the things that's really important to know is, as Gib just said then, we are about 60 to 70% water. So we're very, very responsive to sound, but particularly vibrational sound, which is why it's so nice to see Emily and Mike just doing the sound there on the stage, because basically when Emily's playing her violin, one of the things she needs to do before she plays is tune the violin. So if she just took the violin out of the box, came out here and didn't tune it, if it's out of tune, it's not going to sound very nice, is it? And that's the same as us as human beings. So I'd really like to invite everybody to think of yourself as an instrument, a walking, living, breathing instrument, which is what all of us are. And when you think of vibration, sometimes this is the part where I'd love to have a pair of spectacles that everybody could put on and see the vibration of ourselves and of each other. Because our physical body is what you can see here, but the vibration is something that goes on. Just like when you drop a pebble in the water, it has an echo effect. It has a vibrational sound. And we hear that with music. So when you hear Emily playing the violin, it fills the room. It has a vibrational space, and so do you. Each and every one of us has that. So this is where it comes down to, how is the state of my vibration? Are you tuning yourself? Are you taking responsibility for your mood, for your space each day? So that's why we're going to do a bit of practice, because I'd really like everyone to kind of like drop down a couple of notches and come down into the physical body as a vibrational space. Because basically, if any of you have heard of Nikola Tesla, which I'm sure you have, he says if you want to find the secrets of the universe, you must think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. And everything is that. Okay, these plants that you see, well, these ones aren't real, but those ones over there, we as human beings have that. So is everybody up for doing a little bit of practice with me? Great. Has anyone heard of Qigong? Okay, does anyone know what Qigong actually means? So Qi means energy, and Gong is about mastery, so it's about mastering your energy. So this is where it comes down to having a practice. Now, I don't know whether you guys meditate or do yoga or do some kind of practice. You probably have like a coffee practice in the morning. But actually, what about an energetic practice? Because when you have an energetic practice, this has a vibrational effect to your whole day, your whole week, your relationships, friendships, business, working projects. It's all, again, let's bring it back down to our own unique vibrational sound. If we take care of that, it has an echo effect across everything else in our lives. Okay? And you just listening to my voice now, you have your own unique vibrational sound. And that's what we're going to activate today. So remember, this isn't about singing. I'm not going to ask anyone to do any singing, but I am going to invite you to activate your own vibrational sound. Okay? So the more you put into it, the more you'll get out of it. Okay? So we're just going to do a few sounds together. This is just like a little taster. Okay? So I'm just going to put a little bit of sound on, and then we are going to start our practice. So, okay. Okay, so is everybody up for just closing their eyes for a moment? Okay, so I'm just going to invite you to close your eyes, relax your jaw, relax your forehead, and just take a moment with this eyes closed space just to notice if there's any tension in your body. The first thing that happens when we close our eyes is we start to go into this internal space. We start to change our brainwave state from beta brainwave state, which is about 14, 13 hertz, up to about 38 hertz. Okay, but what I'm going to try and do tonight with your help is we're going to try and drop down that brainwave state into an alpha brainwave state, which is a flow state. It's more of a creative state, and this is about 8 to 13 hertz. Okay, the hertz is not important here, but I'm just telling you for those of you that are slightly interested. So just relaxing your face, and let's try and relax those shoulders. Okay, and we're going to bring our awareness down, the breath into a deeper place in the body, so down towards the belly. So for those of you that like, you can maybe put your hand on your belly, but you don't have to. But what we're going to do is we're going to do some belly breathing together. Okay, what this does, it drops us into our parasympathetic nervous system. So this is what's called rest and digest. It's completely opposite to fight or flight. It's a much more relaxed state. It's a much more restorative state. And from this place, we are much more in tune with our creativity. We're much more in tune with our vibrational being. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're just going to breathe in and expand the belly. And then we exhale, we deflate the belly. So breathe in, expand the belly. Exhale, deflate the belly. And try to breathe in and expand the belly through the nose. And exhale through the mouth. Breathing in through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Expand the belly on the in-breath. Exhale on the out-breath. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. And just keep going, trying to get your own rhythm, your own cadence with the breath. Dropping down a little bit more deeply into the body. Remember, we're looking to change our brainwave state here. Dropping out of the thinking mind, the beta, into the alpha. More creative, more relaxing. So keep going with the belly breath. In through the nose, out through the mouth. And then we're going to go down a little bit deeper. We're going to start to activate our sound. And we're going to do this together. And we're going to start just by doing a humming sound. Just humming to activate. Okay, and remember, this is about coming back to your own vibrational state. So we're going to breathe in. And on the out breath, we're going to Good, and again, breathe in. Exhale. Beautiful. And again, breathe in. Exhale. And we're going to do 2 more together. Breathe in. Exhale. Good. One more time. Breathe in. And exhale. And then we're going to keep on doing that, but we're going to change the sound to su, S-U. This is a grounding sound, and it's going to take our vibrational awareness further down into our feet, down in towards the ground. So the same again, we're going to breathe in, and on the exhale, we're going to make the sound su together, S-U. Okay, so taking a deep breath in. Good, and again, deep breath in. Good, and again, deep breath in. Two more times, deep breath in. One more time, deep breath in. Good, and keeping your eyes closed, we're going to stick our teeth together, and the next sound we're going to make is the sound of E. And this sound is a 2-directional sound, so it's going down to the earth and all the way up to the sky. So think of it as an alignment. It brings energy in from the left and the right, in 2 directions. So we're going to do this a few times together. So teeth together, deep breath in. And again, deep breath in. And again, deep breath in. Feel the resonance through the body. 2 more times. Deep breath in. One last time. Deep breath in. Good, and then we're going to move our awareness into the heart space. And this next sound is going to be the sound of ah. It's an expansive sound, so feel the difference between the first sound, the second sound. It is all different shape, making different shapes in the body. This sound is the ah sound, and we're going to do this a few times together. So awareness in the heart space, deep breath in. Good. And again, deep breath in. And again, deep breath in. Two more times, deep breath in. Final one, deep breath in. And now, keeping your eyes closed, just feel the resonance of those sounds, those vibrations. So even though we've stopped toning, you can still feel the vibration of your own sound and also the sound in the room. So again, just being aware of this field, every thought you have, every word you speak has a vibration. And we've transformed this space in just a few minutes. So just stay for a few seconds longer, feeling this vibration. And then very gently, start to be aware of your neighbour next to you, the seats in the room, the speakers, and very gently open your eyes and bring yourself back into the room. Welcome back, everyone. I hope you enjoyed that little practice. We could have done a bit more, but this is a good start, so I really hope that you take this with you for the rest of this evening's session. Okay.
Thank you very much, Tinsui. Thank you, Tinsui. And yeah, I bet this is a first for the Conduit Club. I'm not sure there's just been ahs and e's and ohs in the past, but thank you for taking part and feeling these vibrations. I'll invite our musicians back up to the stage. You'll realize that music is a bit of a red thread through what we do in Craigberoch. But before we have our next act, got a little quick quiz. There is a prize for this. I'm Scottish, so my generosity is legendary. It's quite a prize. I can guarantee you the prize will be the highlight of your evening, even though it's many highlights, but this will be the highlight. Can anyone in the audience, cast or exempt, can anyone in the audience tell me what the symbol is on this screen? Put your hand up, don't shout it out, put your hand up. First hand I heard here, sir.
It's a rest.
It's a rest. Well done, that is the correct answer. The correct answer. Can you, for a bonus, even bigger prize, tell us what is a rest?
It's basically you don't play anything for like a bar or like basically that's what that is.
Round of applause again for that. That's fantastic. True to my word. Where is the prize? Let me see if I can get this prize. The highlight of your evening. Sorry, it's all I could find in my briefcase. Look after it. Look after it. It's going to brighten up your days. Rest. Yes. I mean, we listen for music and the notes, and they seem very important. But actually, the spaces between the notes are as important as the notes themselves, as we're maybe about to hear, and Emily and Mike could testify to that. So, if I hesitate to say his name, Elon Musk and his Dodgy or Dog or whatever it's called group were to take a piece of music and make it more efficient, to get to the end as quickly as possible, to take out all the spaces, to improve it, the rests would be the first thing to go. They would eliminate. They're pretty inefficient. They make the thing last longer. And it might sound a bit funny. Mike, Emily, we've got a lovely piece of music here. One of my favourites, Gymnopédie, Eric Satie. Some of you have heard this piece of music? What would it sound like if Elon Musk got a hold of this piece of music? Quicker, come on, quicker. We're not done yet. Come on, more efficient, more efficient, more efficient. Yeah, come on, quick, quick. Okay. Okay. Thank you. You get the idea. Round of applause for Mike. It's I love this piece of music. It's just been murdered at that. But so, before our next act, I'd love to hear, with the spaces, if some of you can read with very good eyesight, you can follow the music here. But these funny symbols, listen for the bits that are silent in this piece of music. Emily, Mike, take it away. Isn't that a beautiful piece of music? It's just, you can sense it, and it's one of my favorite pieces. It really is, Eric Satie. Okay, so keeping with this theme of space, I invite up Natalia. Natalia is a sophrologist, a coach, an artist as well. Full disclosure, she's also my wife. I'm glad to say. Hey, round of applause for my wife. And the mother of 7-month-old Daniel, who is somewhere around making his own vibrations of crying and things like that. You may see him later on.
He's not crying.
So Natalia is, she's going to explain how space, the space we don't tend to give ourselves in our daily business life, the jammed up, busy, meeting to meeting to meeting thing, is actually crucial for accessing new insights, new intuitions, and things like that. And there's a neuroscience that she will hopefully explain behind that. So round of applause. Natalia, over to you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. So Tensui tuned our bodies, I feel personally, as like an instrument. An instrument has chords, instrument has kind of vibrations. And now I will really invite you to play with it. And we will discover together for the next 10 minutes maybe another superpower, a uniquely human superpower of strategic intuition. It's really about tuning into that power, that intelligence that feels before we even know consciously. We know that the best ideas, the biggest inventions, the biggest breakthroughs didn't come from overthinking or big efforts staying there on our slides and spreadsheets, etc. What if your next breakthrough, your next boldest strategy, your most beautiful project or product didn't come from analysis or data or frameworks. What if it was laying actually right there inside of you, within you? So I will invite you for a little experience. It's a little training. We are going to tune into our intuition, and I will guide you through my voice. So there is nothing to do, just be naturally and relax. We're really going to continue to play with our body, and especially what makes really this instrument, the hands, our fingers. So there are a lot of musicians today. I'm more into visual arts, and I think hands are our best instruments. So we put aside our keyboards and we grab our papers and pencils. Maybe you will find one next to you or behind you, or share one if possible. And we're going to tune very quickly into what I call the beginner's mind, the baby mode. We have a 6-month baby sleeping there. We are going to really release first this power that is inside our hands. Does anyone have at least one paper, one pencil to share? Okay, very good. So, grab the pencil, and I want you, on the count of 3, scribble as much as you can, with the much intensity you can. Just go for it, like a very angry kid. Come on. Just, yeah. Just go for it. Like if you were an angry kid. Go for it. More. Yes, give it all. Like release all the tensions. Go for it. Yeah, more, with bigger amplitude. Now use your arms, your elbows. Go for it. Okay. Super great. Can I have some scribbles? Wow, great scribble. Wow, there's a lot of anger here. A lot of expression. Okay. So you notice how you did not think, like it's really something in your body operates without your linear mind, your analytical mind, your business mind being switched on. Now we are really going to do this exploration. I'm going to invite you to grab another paper or turn this paper. And this time, I'm going to guide you to receive today some intuitive insights on maybe something you would like to discover about a personal question in your life or work-related question. It's not a yes or no question that you have to imagine. It's more a question like what shape or color or how my next product or my next strategy or my next project could look like. What is the place of my next biggest collaboration? Something open-minded, something that really is meaningful and keeps you awake at night. So I'll give you 30 seconds to think about what is going to be your exploration, accompanied by this beautiful sounds from Tensui. Just let it arise naturally. And when you're ready, note it down. Or just, if you want, just bear it in your mind. Something you'd like to receive insights on, visions, shapes, how it will make you feel, tastes, sounds. Can I just have a wee, oh my God, Gib, your Scottishness is taking over me. A wee hand.
I'll translate, that means small.
A small gesture when you're ready, just to see the wave whenever you're ready. Okay, very beautiful. Just a couple seconds more. And without delay, I invite you to sit comfortably. And we're going to draw a line on your paper, a line in the middle. So you have 2 columns. Your left column will be the first impressions, the first things that pop up in your mind. Like, our mind is like suggesting. He wants to know before you even know there. And the right column would be your second flow. Everything that you will come to you, shapes, colors, and everything that will come to you a bit further. First one, the left one, is the first flow. The first thing that pops in your mind when I will be guiding you. And the second one will be the second flow. And that's our setup. And now there is nothing more to do. Just let yourself guide by my voice. And you can successfully close your eyes, open your eyes to note down words, sketches. You can use your hands, you can scribble, you can sketch everything that will come up to you in this flow for the next 3 to 5 minutes. Okay, let's go. I invite you to sit comfortably and close your eyes. And take a deep inhale and exhale. Feel the contact of your body with the chair. Feel the contact of your feet with the floor. And just allow your question to arise naturally in your mind. Bring it in your inner screen. And we'll start. You are at the human size and you are discovering, you are walking and you're sensing. Maybe it's a scene, maybe it's a situation. How is the ground under your feet? What are you walking on? Is it soft? Is it very fluid? Is it hard? And you continue to discover if your question is related to a situation, it's a scene, if it's a product, it can be material. You continue to discover with your senses. Now you can use your hands, you can touch around and note the first things that pop up in your mind. And if it's very obvious, you put it in the left column. And then you continue to explore. Just write down all the flow. Something that comes to you. It can be flashes, it can be images, symbols. Just let your mind wander. And now you continue to explore. And you can hear maybe sounds inside your scene or related to your question. Maybe it's silence, maybe it's notes. Just let it flow. If you don't have any insights, just invent, imagine, and we will move through the flow. Now you can taste things around you. Maybe there is some particular taste that pops up in your mind related to the situation, this project, this image, these insights for which you are looking answers for. And very slowly, now, you can even smell something related to that situation. What can it be? Just note without any judgment everything that comes to you. Just note any smells, any images. And now through the 5 senses, note what's surrounding you. Maybe some colors pop up. And note your first impressions in your left column. And put them aside and continue to explore. And note the rest of the flow in your right column. And you can sketch, maybe it is related to a product, maybe it's related to a situation, some shapes. Just let your hand flow freely. Is it more roundish? Is it square? How do you feel inside? As if you were now a micro being at the size of the inside. How does it feel to be inside that scene? And now, we just very, very slowly leave that scene behind us. And I can assure you, there are things that you even know more about your answer that actually can erase right now. So I'll let you maybe 2 seconds more to write down everything that I didn't guide you through, but all the insights that you received. And set aside the first flow in the left column and put the second flow or the other impressions in the right column. And now very slowly let that image go from your mind. And you can just come back to right here, right now. You can really reconnect with your natural rhythm of breathing. And when ready, open your eyes. We leave you some seconds to come back. Thank you so much for being with me, for attempting this experience. It's a little glimpse of how you can actually tune into your intuition, and you will discover that on the left side, it's actually everything that your linear mind suggests you. So it's the known path, it's the things you know, the experience, the data you know, everything that you've been through. And what is interesting for you, it's everything that is in the right side. It's actually where intuition starts to tune in and starts to bring you new knowledge, new neuronal pathways, new insights to guide you through new answers. And I will finish maybe by asking a couple of impressions. I will let you slowly come back. I know that we're all vibrating on a very slow level, but maybe just a couple things, something surprising. Maybe you are starting to look at your question or you answer in a different way.
Yeah, I'm just wondering on the right side, it's your intuition or your wishful thinking how you want things to happen?
So actually it's everything that is outside of what your mind knows already, if you want. Because on the left side, it's everything that pops up to you very quickly. It's something actually to leave aside. And so it is wishful thinking, but in a sense, neuroscience says that our body, our nervous system is capable of receiving signals way before our conscious mind actually processes them and makes a picture. So there is something in us that knows before even things happen, or actually knows before it becomes conscious. So it's a type of knowledge, if you want, and it can be wishful thinking, but as David, I think, showed us today, it's really about us to build on that for the decision making. And I think that's the key message today. Allow yourself those 10 minutes with your hands sketching without your keyboards. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, Natalia. Yeah, I'll be interested in anyone else, just as we invite up Emily and Mike again for a little segue. Anything else that was counterintuitive that came up for anyone, or something that was like an aha moment? Or are you just still sort of mulling on it? They're in vibration, they're vibrating. Any amazing new product ideas that's going to make you, no. Great, okay. Well, we'll talk more about that in the break, but now we're going to move and change gears a little bit. It's no good having great insights, intuitions, ideas, be tuned in without taking them into action. So you've been sitting down for a long time. This next piece of music is a little bit more upbeat, shall we say. So take the opportunity, I would say, just to stand up, and if you want to, you can move down here. Maybe, yeah, just stand up, give yourself a little shake out this sort of tension, move yourself around. you can move with the music. Some of the braver ones may want to dance a little bit. I like dancing. Scottish people like dancing ceilidhs. You can move. The only rule is, as you move, if you notice someone else stopping, if the whole group, you're moving continuously, you know, from your seats and around, if someone stops, you stop. And if you notice someone moving, then you also move as well. Try it a little bit. So, maestro. Sense and notice. Anyone stopped? Doesn't matter about the music. If it stops, you stop. And then if you notice someone moving, you move. You are a system. We are connected. You're not individuals. Heighten your awareness. Use your senses to know when to stop and when to move. Can I end them up? Very good. And rather than taking your seats just now, just stay standing, and if you can maybe start to move towards the back of the room, a little sort of semicircle. And thank you, Emily and Mike. That was lovely. Does anyone want to sort of show me your hand if you want to sort of comment on that? How did it feel? How did it feel to be the first to move when everyone else was stationary? There was always someone kind of moving, but there was little pockets of. How did it feel to stop when you were in the middle of a big dancing, swirling thing? Were you leading? Were you the first one to go, or were you waiting to be the last one? Any comments? Anyone? Yeah, brave, empowering. So I heard someone say empowering there. There's a comment here.
I didn't like stopping.
I didn't like stopping, says the comment. I didn't like stopping. There's a good, in business, again, we don't like stopping, do we? We are anesthetizing ourselves by being busy, moving. And if we're still, that's when we feel, that's maybe when that brilliant idea might come. Yes, another comment here.
I loved how everything was, where everyone was really interconnected. So that somebody stopping actually affected another person stopping, and then the other person stopped. And there were moments where suddenly all of us, there was like a chain, and everyone stopped, and then everyone started. And I thought that was beautiful. Yeah.
It's a lovely comment. It's like these, you call it, when the starlings are going around, a murmur, they call it. Unbelievable how the intelligence of well, maybe we have something similar as humans, but there we go. So, without further ado, we have our fourth and final act. Amelia is an amazing coach and experienced curator, and she's going to sort of take us into how we might collaborate and bring ideas to action a bit better. So over to you, Amelia. I'll give you this microphone. Have you got a microphone?
No. I want yours.
Thank you, Gib. So the other day, a friend of mine, someone I really care about, was starting high school. And I thought, what do I want to tell her? What does she need to know? And I just said, really, just be unapologetically you. And I think we all need to remember that and try to do that too, because it's not going to be the wallflowers who are maintaining the status quo who are going to change things right now. Like this row here, this system, to get to that end, there's going to have to be a huge amount of courage, bravery, disruption, and stepping out of the way things have been done, right? And also it helps me to think of life as kind of like a playground a little bit. And it looks like things are set and solid, but actually we can create things, we can play with things, we can shift things with our imaginations, like Natalia just spoke about, with tapping into a deeper vibration, something more grounded, with using our connections and our influence, we can shift things. So for this next part, we're going to do some kind of playful, the people who know me here are probably wanting to run out the door. I can see your smiling face, Justin. So we're going to do some kind of playful experiences just to look at some of these things. So the first one is this idea of the archetype of the magician or the creatrix. So this one who can pull it out the box. Something's needed and we can create it. So in a second, we're going to turn to someone next to us and become the magicians or creatrixes that we can be. So first of all, that will look like either it could be your name as your character name, or maybe it's a gesture or a hat you put on. And then we're going to play a little game called Out the Box. So how it's going to work, Holly, do you want to, can I just drag you up and demo with you? Okay. How it will work is I'll have a box here, and I'm going to give you things from my box. I'm going to pull them right out, and you're going to say yes. You're going to say maybe yes, like you're glad to be given this thing, and I don't even know what I'm going to give you. Holly, here's a spreadsheet. Yes. Holly, here's a sunflower. Yay. Holly, here's a brand new baby. Oh, yay, thank you. Holly, here's a mojito. Okay, you get the idea. We're going to do that for 30 seconds or so, and then we're going to switch over. If you get stuck, just go with anything at all. Doesn't matter. You are a creator. You can create anything out of thin air. So find someone next to you, introduce your creator, create your magician, and then start to, one of you, the person with the shortest hair starts to take things out the box. I need to know the time for this. Okay, it's time to switch over if you haven't switched yet. Switch over, time to switch to the other person. And taking a last few things out the box. And if you've finished, raising up your hand so I can see. If you've finished, raising up your hand. I'm glad to see you've all got the answers. So for the last one, you're going to pull one thing out the box each that you actually want to bring out the box in the world. Just one thing, one simple thing that you truly want to bring out and create. One little thing. Go.
Standing
Oh,
on
yeah.
the other side of the mat, so you're in the line.
Yeah. I can't see everyone so well. And sorry, you probably got into really great conversations, but maybe you can continue them later on. Okay. Oh, you've got the answer, Justin. You've always got the answer. Thank you. And yeah, wondering what we're going to bring out that box is a question we need to keep carrying with us, isn't it? What might I bring out today? But in order to bring these things out, we have to be a bit bold and a bit brave. We have to kind of step out there a little bit. And don't worry, you're not going to be performing solos up here right now. But if you're up for it, just coming and forming a bit more of a line, if you could, slightly, just kind of a bit more shoulder to shoulder, so you're all in. Okay. So you know how life kind of throws things at you and you have to just kind of go for it sometimes. That's what we're going to do now in a very little way. So what's going to happen is I'm going to point at someone. And actually, can I please borrow you, Mina and Holly? No? Okay. Please, it's very... Okay. Imagine that... Gib, I need you, quick.
Yes, Amelia.
Okay, so imagine I'm standing here. I'm going to point at Gib and I'm going to say a bunch of flowers, right? And then me, Holly, and you are going to instantly create a bunch of flowers. Bunch of flowers. You get the idea. Okay, so I'm going to start to point and give you some ideas to work with. Okay, so we have, I'm going to point at this person in the pale blue shirt, a blender. And you've got to join in. Sorry, the two people on each side have to join in. Brilliant. Well done, well done.
Round of applause.
Okay. I'm going to have to pick on some of my friends here. Daniel over here. A toast and toaster. Well, you need your friends on each side need to help you. Okay, I have the man in a cap over here and his two assistants on each side. An elephant.
Hey.
Okay, so the person in the pink jacket over here, I think. We're going to have Charlie's Angels. Do you not remember? Yes. Yes, beautiful. And last of all, orange top, a mug, a saucer, and a mug full of steaming coffee. Round of applause. Beautiful. Okay, so to really make big things happen in the world, we need to collaborate, right? And I know competition's got a bad rep, but actually there is a time for it. So we're going to create a little bit of healthy competition and playful competition. So I'm going to divide the room in two here. And I need a judge. Would you be up for being a judge, Mike? Yeah, thank you. Great. So I'm going to divide the room here. I'm going to give you one thing to be together. And then I'm going to give you one thing to be together. And we're going to see which one is best. And Mike's going to judge, okay? All right. And just this sense of throwing yourselves into it, if you're up for it. Just throwing yourselves into it. Okay, so we have a wind-powered dairy farm. Go, 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 make it, quick. And thank you. Give them a round of applause. Okay, now you lot, a mother and baby yoga class. Go. Okay, thank you very much. Give them a round of applause. Okay, Mike, quick fire. Who is the winner?
In true Craigberoch style, you're all the winners, but you guys just did it.
Thank you all, and thank you for being so up for it. And it does take that quality of being up for it, right, to create things that we need. But really, competition aside, really we need full collaboration, right? We need kind of ecosystems that are all working together. So I've got two last ones that is everyone. So the first one is this sense of each part of an ecosystem adding to it, adding its bit to it, like we need in society. So the next one is the Amazon jungle. Go. Well done, everyone. Round of applause to this beautiful jungle. Now, the very last one, there's a sense in which, people will come to the place where the vibe is the best, right? At the end of the day, people are going to be drawn to things that feel good, that give them energy, that excite them, that empower them, that give them hope. So we have to be, as people who want to make changes, we need to be creating something that feels good to others. So for this very last one, this very, very last one, we're going to create together something that everyone's going to want to come to. We're going to create the best party in the world. Exactly. And you might be someone who sips a cocktail and has a conversation in the corner. You might be in the center of the dance floor. I don't know. We're going to create the best party in the world now. Thank you, Tensui. I hope the intro's not too long. So get your cocktails, party poppers, champagne, conga lines, that's it. Make some new friends, do some networking.
There's the snake from the from the jungle.
All right, last minute of this party. Give it your all. Give us the best party in the world. Come on.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you all. Give yourselves a massive round of applause.
Hey.
Thank you.
Round of applause for Amelia. Keep your champagne glasses and your cocktails. Maybe get your seats again. I hesitate, I should say, to stop the party and be a party pooper. But I'm loving the spontaneous collaboration. Gives me a little bit of hope for the future. I had some slides here. It's a bit small and difficult to see, and I don't want to sort of hit you with too many slides. But we're just coming to the end now. And some of you are wondering, what is this Craigberoch? What does it actually mean, Craigberoch? Difficult to say. It means jagged rock. It's in fact a derelict farm on an island in Scotland where I come from. But it's also a dream. It's a dream of something different. It's about imagination. It's about thinking about how we can create places and spaces, how we can create the soil where people and their ideas and their insights and intuitions and their energy can flourish. And maybe there's been a little kind of taster tonight of that soil, where in an hour and a half, we've just actually tried to create this vibe where people and ideas are flourishing. There's some pictures that will come up there. You can see them if you can stay with us for a drink afterwards, and you can see some pictures of past collaborations. I'm not wanting to sell from the stage here. That's not what tonight's all about. Having said that, if you're interested in doing this for more than an hour and a half, speak to the unsung hero of the night, Holly. She was about Holly. A round of applause. Holly will be around, and just give your name to Holly or send us an email if you're interested. We've got an event coming up in November, which Amelia will be leading. There's going to be another one in Scotland in December. So if over a few days you wanted to get into this kind of vibe, and I can assure you, if this is what we can do in an hour and a half, in a few days, it can go quite deep. And you'll find out about, yourself, and you'll find out about how you interact with other people. And our hypothesis is that maybe the fastest way to drive change in ourselves, in our organizations, in the world, actually might start by slowing down, connecting, and then moving towards this kind of collaborative action. I'd like to thank all of you for coming. As they say in the airlines, we know you have a choice of places to go to in London tonight. Thank you for choosing us. Thank you for choosing the Conduit. Thank you, Conduit, Lily and Team Katia, for allowing us to be here. It's a great venue, and I've certainly enjoyed it. I want to also ask for a round of applause to all the cast, the musicians, first of all, Emily and Mike. Who have one last job to do, thankfully. But also to, in reverse order, Amelia, a round of applause. To Natalia, who's holding baby Dan, fresh from the mother-child yoga class, which was so effective. Just wanted to keep him out of the jungle for a while. Tinsui on the decks, who will be starting the party again, so we'll have some party music as you're invited to stay for a drink. And last but not least, David Pearl. And David, I'm going to finish where we started with this notion of, imagination. David puts it well when he talks about the fact that, we may not ever achieve or get to the futures that we imagine. We may not get there. We can hope, but we may not get to this optimistic side of the spectrum. But one thing's for sure, if you don't imagine it, we will certainly not get there. So, I leave you with that thought, and I leave you with Mike and Emily. Thank you very much.